All right, you know what time it is. Live from the BearMuscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So for today's workout, we've got an awesome Battle Royale interval workout for you here. In a 3-minute interval, we're going to be doing 16 hang clean and jerks, 16 overhead walking lunges, and then as many burpee box jump overs as we can until the 3 minutes are done. And then we're going to rest 3 minutes while the other team is going, and we're going to go back and forth for a total of 4 rounds each. And we may be looking at this thinking, hey, I'm not even sure I understand the flow of this. What are we even doing? I don't have a box. I don't like jumping. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well. And we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it. Right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can and nothing you can't. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up. Here we go. Let's get some arm circles going back. Arm circles back. And as you know, my name is Coach Chris. I am a level 3 CrossFit trainer, which means I've logged thousands of hours over many years, helping many people just like you do things they never thought possible through health and fitness. Let's move on to arms across the chest. Hug yourself, love yourself. One of the ways I've been privileged to help you guys do the impossible is through the On Track program. And when you get on track, you get access to the full program, a full week of workouts, including additional workouts that help you to get strong and work on your form. And my personal favorite, some team throwdowns that bring you closer to the Fit Crew community. Let's go ahead and move on to the wrist wave. Throwdown Tuesday is definitely a highlight of the week for me. I get to go into the trenches with you guys. We have awesome teams of 3, sometimes in person, sometimes over Zoom, but then it's a nice big throwdown and we get to sweat and suffer together. And you guys get to see me suffer, which I'm sure is great for you. And let's go ahead and move on to some high knees. High knees into chest. Or if it works better, we could do some high elbows like this. But then another awesome aspect of these on-track sheets is getting all the workouts in advance, plus all the formatting when we get all the warm-ups fully explained. We have movement demo videos for each individual movement, which is especially helpful for some of the few workouts in the program that don't have a full class video that goes with it. At least we have movement demo videos that show exactly what we're doing. And so lots of benefits to getting on track and getting these sheets. And let's move on to the calf raises. Up on the toe, back on the heel, up on the toe, back on the heel. Or if it works better, we can do some wrist extensions like this. And trust me, getting on track will skyrocket your accountability, because then we also get access to the On Track program with the accountability badges. We get to log those points. We get to earn these badges that show exactly how consistent we are with all of our habits, both inside and outside these workouts. And let's go ahead and move on to some jumping jacks. Or we could do some stepping jacks if we want low impact. And so, are you ready to get on track? Don't wait till you get on track to get on track. Decide right now. Now is the time to get on track. And then select the On Track membership that is best for you. Click that link that's in this video, or feel free to message me directly for details. Let's go ahead and take a break from this warm-up, guys, and we're going to move on to the activation phase, which is where we're going to do a couple different moves that are going to help us to get specifically ready for today's workout. The first move we're going to do is bird dogs. And you already know who we're going to ask. Let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 of these for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then these bird dogs are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 bird dogs together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are on hands and knees, and we are going to raise opposite arm, opposite leg, and we're going to hold the top for about 2 seconds before switching sides. Now, it could be that this is a bit hard on the hands and knees, in which case we could choose to do the dead bug. And let's go ahead and have Bubbles demonstrate a couple reps of the dead bug for us. So we're going to have the arms in the air, knees in the air, and then we're going to lower opposite arm, opposite leg. And we have the added challenge of keeping the other arm and leg stationary, just like you see Bubbles doing here. That definitely takes a lot of brain power and practice, but with time, we will get it. So good job on these bird dogs or dead bugs, if that's what we choose to do. Next, we're going to do some lunges. Let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 lunges for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then those lunges are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 lunges together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We're going to take a nice big step forward, slightly to the side for stability until that back knee touches the ground. And then we're going to drive through the heel until we get all the way back up to a fully standing, locked out position. Now, it could be that getting that knee all the way to the ground is a bit of a challenge, in which case we may choose to do some step ups, just like we see Millicent doing here. We can have a step riser or a footstool or a step ladder or something along those lines, where we're going to get both feet up, both feet down. It could even be some stairs in our house if that's the most practical option for us. So good job on these lunges or step ups, whatever option is better for us. Next, we're going to do some burpees. Let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 burpees for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then those burpees are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 burpees together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are going to get those hands on the ground, and then we are either going to jump or step those feet back. And then similarly, on the way out of it, we're going to jump or step those feet forward. Or then we're getting that chest to the ground. And while we're on the ground, we're going to take a nice deep breath in and keep that core nice and tight. We don't want to snake or worm our way up. So to the extent possible, we want to lead with those hips. And then if we need to step out of it to make that easier, that's completely fine. Now, it could be that doing these to the ground is a bit of a challenge, in which case we could choose to do some incline burpees. And let's go ahead and have Millicent demonstrate here. And so we're going to get our hands, we're going to have our feet up against an inclined surface, and then we're going to get our hands down, take a big step back, big step forward, and then clap overhead. And then optionally, if our surface allows us to, we can include a push-up if we can get that full range of motion. But good job on these burpees. Next, what I'd like everyone to do is let's go ahead and grab a light dumbbell if you have one. And by light, I mean 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less. If we don't have a light dumbbell, then any other light household object will do. It could be a shoe. It could be a water bottle. It could be a teddy bear. It could be a pillow. But whatever the case, it's got to be super light. We always go light before we go heavy, if at all. So with this light dumbbell in hand, we're going to do some single arm deadlifts with the dumbbell starting on the ground in between the feet. And let's go ahead and have Bubbles demonstrate here. This is going to be some one-arm deadlifts with the dumbbell starting on the ground in between the feet and standing up like that. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then these dumbbell deadlifts are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 dumbbell deadlifts together, 5 with each arm. So a couple things to keep in mind. At the start of the deadlift, that dumbbell is going to be on the ground in between the feet. We're going to have our hips super low, but the chest is up, shoulders back. We are looking straight ahead. And then we're going to take a deep breath in to brace that core as we drive the ground away through the middle of the feet, getting to a fully standing locked out position with the shoulders back at the top. And then we're going to brace that core on the way back down as well. And so good job here on these deadlifts. Next, we're going to do some strict press. And let's go ahead and have Bubbles demonstrate 2 strict press for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then that strict press is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 strict press together, 5 on each arm. So a couple things to keep in mind. At the start of the strict press, that dumbbell is going to be on the shoulder and we are looking straight ahead. We've got that elbow pointing forward and we're going to push that arm back into the ear. And then we're going to go super slow on the way back down, elbow pointing forward the whole time. And so good job here on this strict press. Finally, what I'd like you to find is a sturdy surface that you feel comfortable stepping up onto or potentially eventually jumping up onto. It could be a sturdy plyo box like this. It could be a chair secured up against a wall or in some other secure fashion. It could be a step riser. Whatever the case, it's got to be super sturdy and we should feel comfortable stepping up onto or perhaps jumping up onto if our circumstances allow, meaning that object is not going to move once we are standing or stepping on it. So with this in mind, we're going to do some step overs and let's go ahead and have Bubbles demonstrate 2 step overs for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then these step overs are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 step overs. So a couple things to keep in mind on these step overs. Most importantly, safety first. We have to pick an object that is sturdy, that we feel comfortable with, both with the height and sturdiness of it. And we're going to get both feet up, both feet down. If we have the space to step down on the other side, it could be that we're using an object that we have to do step ups instead, where we step up and then step back down in the same direction. If we're perhaps using stairs, for instance, then that is the case and that's completely fine. But whatever the case, we're getting both feet up, both feet down in whatever direction we need to. And so good job here on these step ups or step overs. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 3 moves that we are doing in today's workout. The first move is going to be dumbbell hang clean and jerks. And so to demonstrate, let's go ahead and have Bubbles demonstrate 3 reps of the hang clean and jerk on the same arm for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then those hang clean and jerks are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the hang clean and jerk, 5 straight through on the same arm before switching. So a couple things to keep in mind. We want to get this object back between the legs and use the power of the glutes to power this up. So we don't want to think down and up. We want to think back then up. We're getting that dumbbell back between the legs. And then on the way up, we are keeping it close to the body. We're getting it to the shoulder and then overhead. And yes, this is a 2-part movement, but we want to work on our efficiency. So we noticed, for instance, in the demonstration, Bubbles did the first 2 reps really separate just to clearly show the movement. But now we see her moving efficiently. She's going straight from the catch of the clean into the punch overhead. And that's what we want to work on, efficiency of movement. Getting that dumbbell to the shoulder in catching in a quarter squat and then directly punching straight overhead. And so good job here on these clean and jerks. The second move that we're doing in today's workout is overhead lunges. And we're actually going to practice this without weight at first. Let's just use our fist overhead to practice this movement. And let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 4 reps of doing walking style lunges. And later we'll show the lunges in place. Now, it could be that we don't have space to do the walking style lunges, in which case we could do the lunges in place, which is going to look like this. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're going to have a lightweight locked out overhead while curling with the other arm like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 10 overhead lunges, 5 with each arm. Now, it could be that getting that knee to the ground is a challenge, just like it was in the warm-up, in which case we could do some step-ups overhead, just like we see Millicent doing here. And so we've got that arm locked out overhead, and we're getting both feet up, both feet down, and she is doing 5 straight through with the one arm locked out before switching. But if we are doing this as prescribed, we are looking to get those knees to the ground there. And so this requires us to punch up and pull back. We are actively pulling back, getting the bicep into the ear. And we're determining if we have the space to do the walking lunge, if at all possible. Otherwise, we are lunging in place. And so good job here on these overhead lunges, whether it's the walking lunge or the lunge in place. The third move that we are doing in today's workout is burpee box jump overs. And those burpee box jump overs are going to look like this. So, as we can see, this is a super high energy movement here. And we're going to go through a couple options that perhaps maybe we end up doing just burpees, if that's what our circumstances allow. Or we could also do some burpee step overs, if that's better for us, or even burpee step ups. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the burpee box jump over, we're going to have that light dumbbell. And it's going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the burpee box jump over. Or like we said, we have a number of options here. It could be that, you know what, I feel more comfortable stepping over the object, in which case that is fine. We could do the burpee and then step over. Now, if we were doing those incline burpees, then let's just do those burpees today. Let's not worry about the step over option of it. We're just going to do those burpees on whatever surface is better for us. Now, what I'd like to challenge you to do if you're doing incline burpees is to perhaps go to a lower surface to challenge yourself, maybe work yourself closer to the ground. And then as we get closer to the ground, we can eventually incorporate the box jump over portion of it. But we see Millicent here doing some lower incline burpees, getting closer and closer to the ground. It could be that, you know what, maybe we're ready to even go to the ground, but not quite get the chest to the ground. And we see Bubbles doing some burpees down to the plank here. So she's getting those legs back, then getting the legs forward. And then she is going to end up doing some burpees over dumbbell. And that's what she is training for here, getting the burpee back to the plank and then standing up. So these are lots of different options we have, whether we're getting all the way to the ground, doing the burpee to the plank, and whether we are jumping or stepping over an object. But good job here on these burpee box jump overs. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight on that dumbbell to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 5 to 6 practice reps of each movement at a time, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for the workout. Additionally, because of mobility, it could be that, you know, on the clean and jerk, I can do a certain weight. On the overhead lunge, I'm not able to keep that arm locked out or, you know, where it's supposed to be, bicep into the ear. We can use 2 different weights or even go unweighted on the overhead lunge. And we still get a benefit even with no weight, even with just practicing with our fists, getting that shoulder stability locked in. That would be preferred as opposed to just switching to a goblet lunge and just adding more weight for the sake of it. So please figure out the weight that's good for you. But if we've not been earning badges, either way, let's not add any weight. That super light weight is going to be more than enough for us today. Really, it is. It's very important for us to have the right form and consistency with all our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. Let's make sure we got our water nearby so we could take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. Plus, your music is way better than my music. Guaranteed. Guess what? You don't have to listen to my music. you can listen to your music. You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 4-round workout in interval format. It's going to go fast. Then we're going to have some rest. That rest is going to seem shorter and shorter each time. We definitely want to have some way to keep track of what's going on so that we don't get lost. The best way to do that is to have the workout written down close by. So if you're a teacher's pet like Mighty Mouse winning the award today, we got Bubbles very close second. We got a whole lot of teacher's pets around over here. Let's take the teacher's pet picture just to show how prepared you are. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're about to do this 3-minute interval workout, meaning in 3 minutes, we're going to do 16 dumbbell hang clean and jerks, 16 overhead walking lunges, and then in the remaining time, as many burpee box jump overs as we can until the 3 minutes are up. And then we're going to rest 3 minutes while wave 2 is going, and we're going to cheer them on, maybe take a sip of water, get hydrated, but don't get too comfortable because that 3 minutes is going to go by real fast until we go back again, boom, for round 2. And we're going to keep repeating this cycle until each wave has done 4 total rounds of 3 minutes on, 3 minutes rest. Now on these clean and jerks, let's remember, we're not adding weight unless we've been earning badges. And then on the overhead lunge, nothing wrong with using less weight on that, or perhaps even no weight with just the fists if we're still struggling with the overhead position. And let's pick the style of the burpee box jump over that's better for us. If we don't feel comfortable jumping, then hey, we can do burpee step overs. And if we don't have a good object to step up to or step onto, then we can just do burpees in place or perhaps burpees over that dumbbell if that's better for us. If we're doing incline burpees, then let's just challenge ourselves to go slightly lower on that incline, getting closer and closer to the ground. And let's not worry about a step over aspect of it. So your score is going to be the total amount of burpees that you get done in each of these 3-minute rounds across the 4 rounds. Remembering that we have a 3-minute rest in between. So let's push harder on these burpees. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up over here and we'll get this started. I'm going to give us a 10-second countdown. And then I'm going to highlight Bird Dog, who's up in Heat 1. And also in Heat 1, we've got Mighty Mouse. And we've got Anita. So let's cheer on our Heat 1. Everyone else, you are going to unmute yourself. And we're going to be cheering them on while we get ready for our turn. So here we go, guys. 3 minutes, 16 hang clean and jerks, 16 overhead lunges, and then as many burpees as you can. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. We got Bird Dog on these clean and jerks. And I'd like to recommend we do 8 straight through on one side before switching and doing 8 on the other side. And let's get that dumbbell more back between the legs, Anita. That's going to help you to get more power on the way up. There we go. And Mighty Mouse as well on these clean and jerks. And we got our cheering squad. Let's hear from our cheering squad.
Yeah, ladies, let's go, let's go.
16.
Do a good job. Come on.
Going by fast.
You got it.
And then after those clean and jerks,
Yeah.
we are going to do the overhead lunges.
Oh, girl, you're doing good.
So notice, we've got Bird Dog doing these lunges in place. And furthermore, she's deciding to do all the lunges on one leg. Whatever helps you to keep track of things, that's fine. And then when she switches arms and goes to the other leg,
Yes.
that's
Doing a
another
good
option.
job. Looking good.
And we got Anita as well. And she is alternating legs. Let's lock out that arm just a bit more, Anita.
Straight. Yeah. Looking good.
And we got Mighty Mouse.
Look at
Getting
them
through.
dumbbells, girl.
Look at her. 2 at a time. Go on, girl.
With the heavy dumbbells. And
Ooh.
we've got a jumper. We've got Bird Dog already on these burpee step overs. And there she goes. And she's actually walking all around. I don't know if you have room to do the burpee on the other side there, Bird Dog, but that's going to be more efficient as opposed to walking around every time. And there she goes.
Yeah.
But exactly in the window we're looking for. We're looking for at least about a minute to 90 seconds worth of these burpee step overs.
Go on, Anita. You got it.
And Anita choosing to do the burpee down to the plank.
That's good.
And Mighty Mouse.
Ouch.
And let's remember, Mighty Mouse, we're doing 16 total curls there. And so that's 8 on one side, 8 on the other side. And then you can move on to what you're doing for the burpee box jump overs. And wave 2 is getting ready to go in just about 30 seconds. So our cheering squad over there, getting hyped up, getting the game face on, getting ready to go. And we got Mighty Mouse doing some sit to stands. Get up, stand up. There she goes. Love to see Mighty Mouse progress. 10 more seconds here, guys. 3, 2, 1. And now we got Bubbles in wave 2 on round 1. Millicent as well. And we've got our cheering squad. We've got Anita, like nothing ever happened, just sitting there sipping tea. And we got Bird Dog as well, recovering. Mighty Mouse recovering. But Bubbles working on these 16 clean and jerks. 8 on one side, 8 on the other side.
Got this Millicent.
And let's remember to get that dumbbell back between the legs. Use the power of the glutes. And let's remember it's a 2-part movement, Millicent. So it's getting to the shoulder first. There we go. And then jump and punch overhead. And we got Bubbles choosing a different weight for the overhead lunge, like we had discussed. And she's doing walking lunges. And we got Millicent. And so Millicent, for these step ups here, these aren't step overs necessarily. You could just do step ups. But yeah, both feet up, both feet down, doing 16 total step ups. 8 on one arm, then 8 on the other arm.
Got this Millicent. Got this Bubbles.
Oh, girls.
So working through these walking lunges, let's hear from our cheering squad, guys.
Got this.
I got it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yay. Well done.
And we got just about over a minute. Bubbles and Millicent about to get going into these burpees in just about a couple more reps here. And there goes Millicent. Let's have Millicent. And she is using a super low surface, much lower than she has used in the past.
Got this Millicent.
Getting low on these burpees. Bubbles, just a couple lunges left. About to get going on these burpees. And we've got wave 1 getting ready to go in about 40 more seconds here. And so Bubbles hitting some burpees over dumbbell.
Got this.
About 20 more seconds. We got Bird Dog with game face on. We've got Anita getting ready to go. Let's do this, guys. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And now we've got wave 1 onto round 2 here. Getting that dumbbell back between the legs. And then popping, punching off the shoulder. But nice work here, guys. Mighty Mouse. Getting these clean and jerks done. Bubbles recovering from round 1. Millicent recovering from round 1. And we are deep in this, guys. Round 2 here. Finishing these 16 clean and jerks. And then going to be moving on to some overhead lunges. So bird dog, getting the lunge mat down. And like we said, you can choose to do all lunges, same arm, same leg, or you can alternate legs each time. That's actually my preferred method, alternating the leg each time. And then just keep the arms halfway through. But that's it, guys. Let's cheer them on.
Good job.
And we got Mighty Mouse on these overhead curls here. One dumbbell locked out. Curling that other one. But nice work, nice work, nice work.
Get it, Anita. Go ahead, mama.
Working your way into those burpee box jump overs. We got bird dog
Go birds up.
on
Go
the
birds
burpee
up.
box jump overs. And there she goes. Moving nice and steady. Safety first always. So hitting that burpee fast, but getting secure footing on that object. We got Anita as well. Moving nice and steady, getting into a plank position, then stepping over. Mighty Mouse on the sit to stands. Much faster split time on this round. And just like that, we got wave 2. You guys got 30 more seconds, so game face on, getting ready to go. Bird dog. Hitting these burpees. Jumping it back. Getting the legs through underneath. 10 more seconds here, guys. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. And wave 2. You guys are on bubbles. Hitting these clean and jerks. Getting that dumbbell back between the legs. Going straight from the catch into the punch. Nice work here, guys. Let's go, let's go. And wave 1, you guys are recovering from round 2. That 3 minutes starts to go by real quick on the rest. But we are in it. And we got Millicent choosing to do the alternating method. And so whatever works better for you, the doing it on the one arm is better for speed, but then alternating arms helps you to fatigue a little bit less. And so whatever you feel you need to do based on the weight you picked. And we got Bubbles hitting some walking lunges here. All the way down, all the way up.
Go Bubbles.
Millicent on these step-ups.
You got this, Millicent.
Both feet up,
Going.
both down.
Well done, Millicent.
We got our cheering squad cheering them on, guys.
Woo! Go
Let's
ladies.
hear it, let's
Got
hear it,
this.
let's hear it.
Well done.
You got this.
Working through the lunges, then about to hit some burpees here. Bubbles exploring the
Bubbles.
space. And just a couple more lunges or step-ups. But so far, everyone hitting the intent here, leaving about a minute or so, a minute and change for the burpees. Millicent just done with those step ups, fanning herself off because it's spicy, but now she's on these burpees. But Millicent is flying through those burpees. Who thinks that maybe she could even go slightly lower, perhaps even to the ground, to the plank burpee? We're not going to force her, but she's making these burpees look super easy. Bubbles on these plank burpees. Getting down, getting up, getting over.
You got this, guys. You got it.
20 more seconds. We got wave 1 getting ready to go for round 3. Game face on, game face on. But we are doing this. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we've got wave 1 on to round 3 here. Hitting these clean and jerks. Nice work here, guys. Getting that dumbbell back. And another very important detail is keeping the chest up, especially at the bottom of the movement. So just like you see Anita doing here, she's keeping the chest up, eyes up. She's not letting that weight take her down. But she's throwing that dumbbell back, keeping the chest up, getting that momentum. But we are hitting these 16 clean and jerks, and we got Bubbles and Millicent recovering from round 2.
Let's go. Let's go.
So let's hear it, guys. Let's hear it. Bird Dog already onto these overhead lunges. On locked out. Super focused. Anita as well on these overhead lunges. Big step forward, slightly to the side. Getting that knee to the ground.
Woo-woo.
And let's really keep locking that arm out, Anita. There we go. Punching it up, pulling it back. We got Mighty Mouse. Finishing off the lunges, and now on these sit to stands. There she goes. Sit to stands.
Go
Boom.
Mighty Mouse. Go Mighty Mouse. Go Mighty Mouse. Go Mighty Mouse.
And even these sit to stands are looking too easy for Mighty Mouse. But this is what we promised she would do. This is what we're going to keep. Bubbles cheering them on. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, ladies. Let's go.
Bird Dog on these burpee step overs. Down, up, over. Down, up, over.
Let's go. Let's go.
Lots of different styles of burpees. Everyone doing what their circumstances allows or requires. But everyone getting that push in. And just like that, in about 35 more seconds, we've got wave 2 getting ready to go. The bottom of the third. So game face on. And let's do it here, guys. 20 more seconds. Every burpee counts. Every burpee counts. 15 more seconds. And wave 2 starting in 3, 2, 1. And the bottom of the third here. Bubbles throwing it back, punching it up. Millicent throwing it back, punching it up. Nice work here, guys. Then Bird Dog recovering. Woo! Right?
One more.
Anita as well. But nice work here, guys. Let's go. Always got ready. She's always ready for tea. That's definitely what tea is ever in your DNA over there. But nice work. Finishing off. the 16 clean and jerks, and then about to move on to these lunges or step overs or step ups rather. So we got Millicent on some step ups. We've got Bubbles on some overhead walking lunges.
Welcome, Bubbles.
So Bubbles deciding to do this round in place or kind of a mix of both, just feeling it out. But whatever it is, let's stay tight. Let's keep that arm locked in. And let's hear from our cheering squad.
Oh, ladies, you got this. Keep going.
Come on, girls. Come on, ladies. You got this.
Bubbles finishing off some lunges. Millicent as well. Last couple step ups. And then here we go. Millicent's about to hit these burpees.
You got this.
Low, stepping back.
Well done,
Cheering
Millicent.
squad cheering you on.
You got this, Millicent. Bubbles.
Bubbles, just a couple lunges left.
Well done, Bubbles. Nearly there.
Keep pushing.
Cheering
Yeah,
squad.
keep going. Almost there.
And just like that, cheering squad getting ready to go in 30 seconds. You guys are about to go into the top of the fourth, the last one. So game face on for wave one. Let's get ready to go. But then wave two, you guys are finishing out this round three, 15 more seconds of burpees. Every burpee counts, every burpee counts, every burpee counts. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Last round. The top of the fourth. We've got Anita, Bird Dog, Mighty Mouse battling it out in this last round here. Hitting these 16 clean and jerks. Bubbles feeling it. Bubbles feel it in this third round. Millicent as well. Woo, right? And you ladies got one more to go, but this is the last round for Bird Dog, Anita, and Mighty Mouse. So let's do it, let's do it. We are on it. Bird Dog on these lunges. Anita on these lunges. Let's really lock that arm out. Mighty Mouse on this last set of lunges.
Let's go, ladies. Let's go.
Last round, last round. Got this, Bird Dog. You got this. Got this, Anita. You got this.
So nice
Let's go, Mighty
work
Mouse.
here, guys. Getting into the burpee zone. We got Mighty Mouse on this last set of sit to stands.
Go, Mighty Mouse.
Cheering squad doing their job.
You got this, ladies.
Bird Dog on some burpee step overs. Anita as well. Let's stay focused here, guys. Every single rep, big focus. It's when we get toward the end here, sometimes we lose focus, but especially because we are jumping, stepping, let's really make sure we have secure footing every single time. Hitting those burpees, bracing that core. And we are doing it. 30 more seconds, and then wave two. You guys get your game face on, about ready to go for your last round in just under 30 seconds here. 15 more seconds. Every burpee counts. Every burpee counts. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 3, 2, 1. And here goes. Wave 2. Last round. And we are hitting these clean and jerks. And just like that, wave 1. You guys are done, 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 but not done. Cheering on. Wave 2. Anita sipping some tea to get ready to yell.
Come on, ladies, you can do it.
You got this.
We are on this, guys.
Nearly done, nearly over.
Whether you're
And then
drinking
bubbles,
tea or
yeah.
drinking from your Stanley, we want to hear you.
Y'all got it.
You got this, Millicent.
Let's do it, guys. Getting through the clean and jerks. Moving on to the lunges. Big step. Keeping that arm locked out. Punching up, pulling back. Punching up, pulling back. So great work here, guys. Let's hear from our cheering squad.
Keep pushing.
You got this.
Nearly there, nearly done.
You got
Almost done. Y'all keep going. Got this.
this. You got this last round.
Just a couple lunges
Bubbles.
left.
Nearly there.
Go, Bubbles, go.
And this is the last round, blast round. This is where we want to see all the burpees. More burpees than you did in the first 3. So let's do this, guys.
Got this, Millicent. Keep it. Keep pushing.
Big push. And Millicent about to hit this last set of burpees.
Well done, Millicent. Amazing job.
Almost there, Bubbles. Come on, just a couple more lunges. Let's get all the burpees.
You got this, Bubbles. You got this.
And there she goes, dropping down, getting up. This is the last round. This is where we leave it all on the floor. So let's push, let's go, let's go. Cheering squad, let's get them through their last set of
You got this,
burpees
you got
here.
this.
Go, go, go. Keep smiling, Bubbles.
Last set of burpees.
You're nearly there. Well done, ladies.
You got this.
15 more seconds. Every burpee counts. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time. Oh man. Craziness, craziness, craziness. But who is loving this battle royale format? Intervals, 2 waves, people going, people cheering, energy through the roof. Love it, love it, love it. And as much as you guys are on fire right now, guess what? It's time to cool down. We got the cool down stretch, which is one of the most important parts of the workout. This stretch helps us to fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're going to do today is eagle. And it's helpful to start the saddle in a kneeling position like this. We're going to sit back toward those heels as much as we can. If this is all we got, hey, that's cool. If we could sit back all the way on those heels, awesome. And we're going to get one elbow on top of like this for the eagle position. And first thing we want to know is high-low buffalo. And let's hear first from bird dog. If you're doing this from the seated position, then we're going to get one elbow on top of the other like this. But what's your high-low buffalo bird dog?
I would say my high was the team dynamic that this workout brought. I love the challenge. It was like half teamwork, half like we're challenging another team. So it was kind of like a healthy competition too. So I love that. My low was Probably the burpees. I felt like I needed to focus more on stepping up and take a second before I stepped. So something to work on. And I don't really have a buffalo. I think it was mixed in with my high. It surprised me this is my first time doing this type, so I loved it.
Yes, I agree. We definitely have been getting a Throwdown Tuesday vibe from these interval style workouts. And that really has been awesome to feel the energy. So good job there, Bird Dog. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side of this saddle eagle, getting the other elbow on top of the other. And let's hear from Anita. What was your high-low buffalo? If we're doing this in a seated position, once again, we're just doing the eagle part of the stretch like this.
My high was the hang clean and jerks. Low, probably the lunges, because of the weight I was using. And the buffalo was also the lunges, because instead of just using the arm, I decided to use the tiniest weight that we have at home. And I used the tiniest weight for the whole workout. So that was my buffalo, that I was able to do the workout with the lunges for the whole workout.
An awesome job, Anita, as well. Love to see you surprising yourself. But hey, that's what happens when you show up, you do what you can, and being as consistent as circumstances allow, it's amazing to see the progress we can make. Let's go ahead and move on to the pigeon. We're going to get one leg up across the chest, other leg back, and we are sinking into this pose like this. And while we're doing this, I'm going to know what you feel about being on track, and especially these on-track sheets. And let's hear from Bubbles. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're going to get one elbow up and pull to the side like this. But what do you appreciate the most about the on-track program and these sheets?
So the on-track program is amazing. The sheets specifically, being able to get the sheets ahead of time, then you know how to prepare your space and bring out your weights, whatever you need for each workout, and planning ahead. So if like me, I'm always on the go. I love being able to plan ahead and know whether to put my dumbbells in my trunk or something like that in order for the watch for the week. So the on-track sheets really do, having them ahead of time really helps me tremendously.
Awesome. I definitely appreciate having you on my team for Throwdown Tuesday as well. And so that's another benefit of these sheets. And thank you, Bubbles, for making full use of all the features. Let's go ahead and switch to pigeon on the other side. We've got the other leg up and across the chest, other leg back, and we are sinking into this like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Millicent. Millicent has been on track for a while, has been earning badges, habit master badges, definitely getting all, the most use out of these sheets. What do you like the most about these sheets? And by the way, if you're doing this from the seated position, getting the other arm up, pulling to the side like this.
Well, I like having the on track, because being able to see what we have to do. The on track sheets allow us to know the workout. It also gives us demonstrations if we don't remember the moves. So then we can look at and see the challenge for ourselves. What weight do I need to do, or what weight can I work towards to get stronger? So I really like it because it helps me to be able to know what I need to do. And even if I can't do it with the group, having the sheets allows me to be able to do it on my own as well.
Thank you, Millicent. Once again, hitting the nail on the head, using all the features to help you to stay on track and to stay on top of your game. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what we got left, this sweaty selfie, because does this count if we don't take this selfie? Let's flex on the camera, guys, and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps. Fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Big
Crew.
Big crew. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.